Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to your second home. To your second home here. Can you guys see the board over there? I need to have the camera see it and you see it, if I can. All right, so maybe, can I get you guys to kind of move up a little bit for me? Come move up a little bit for me over here. You're kind of a right spot. Move one seat for me over. It'll just make it a little bit easier for you to see. You can even sit in that second row if it's easier, over there and so on. Come and sit in there, then it's easier, then I can talk to everybody because we've got guys watching from all over the place today. So thank you for coming through. Exciting to see you. Lots of guys are stuck in the traffic, I can just imagine, on the way here. You might even be watching us stuck in the traffic. Isn't that just wonderful what we can do at Dew Point? Even on your way here, you can be watching live and then come straight in and see that it's real. So it's very, very cool. All right, good. So we were going to talk to, we do this once a month for those of you who have not been to a Teamworks meeting with Patrick and Phume's team. Once a month, we talk about the month ahead and the month behind. Opportunity for us to engage as a team and for you to tune back into what we're doing at Dew Point, the real thing. I keep feeling like what we're doing at Dew Point is actually the real thing, and everything else that we do during our lives is very secondary and rather ineffective at the moment, isn't it? What we do, it kind of just fills up our hours, takes our hours, but doesn't have any real reward or anything to it. If you think about it, how many, I mean, geez, look, as I look at the year that's passed, 2018 has been such a tough year on South Africans. I don't think South Africans have yet realized how impoverished we've become this year as a nation. We have really fell behind. We were slowly falling behind, but this year it's like we've fallen off the cliff. From a legislative perspective, from an economic perspective, from a purchasing power perspective, from everything, we've just fallen off the cliff. And the only thing we have that can remedy that is Dew Point. It's the only thing we've got that we can remedy this with. And so this becomes the main thing. They say on the internet, keep the main thing the main thing. This is the main thing. We've got to get this done here. We've got to create a wealth that we could not create elsewhere. We've got to do it here. And as you guys know, it's hard work. Most of you guys have had some experience doing it. It's not a 5-minute exercise. It is why 99% of people won't do it, because it's work. Because it's work. And their experience of work up until this point in time has been that it does not reward. It takes more than it rewards, so people are unwilling to do the work. They're just unwilling. But here at Dew Point, we have a very unique situation where you are willing to work, the rewards are fantastic. I was talking to Patrick and Phume just a few minutes ago. We are now like 6 weeks away, maybe 7 weeks away from going on the next Rank 9 trip. Now, a whole year of work has been put in. Patrick and Phume have worked really hard the whole year, and their reward is 6 weeks away. The reward, just one of their rewards is 6 weeks away. None of you at any of your jobs can say that. You've worked a whole year. None of you are 6 weeks away from a week away, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. None of you. But when we say, hey, you're going to have to work at Dew Point, you go, I can't. It's just too much. It's too much. This is too much like work. Yeah, it is exactly like work, except the rewards are just so much more every single year. And so, you know, really, we've got to change our perspective on how and what we're doing here at Dew Point if we're going to really, really milk this thing, and which is what we want. We want everybody to milk it. So let's take a look at the week ahead now. We've got 3rd Degree Thursday coming up on Thursday. I hope you guys have been getting engaged in that and getting yourselves ready for that. It's going to be a fantastic, fantastic night. That's here, 6:30 on Thursday. Saturday morning, we're in Port Elizabeth. Port Elizabeth, that's Eastern Cape, guys. We're doing Eastern Cape on Saturday morning. Have you got your guys planned there, guests there? You don't want to just build a channel in Gauteng, or in KZN, or in Eastern Cape. You want it on across all the provinces. So no matter what province you're in, book for that province so that you get wealth being created out of those provinces too. If we can do this, we can have multi-province wealth creation channels. And that's really when the money starts getting very serious. So let's get that done. Well, listen, have you got guys down in the Eastern Cape? You've got a couple of days. You better find them. You better find them. We've been warning you for months now. Hey? We had like 6 weeks warning. Get somebody down there on Saturday morning. Okay? You can't say, I mean, that's the thing. People often come to training and go, and without saying it, but hoping that I will give them some kind of like silver bullet, like, yeah, this was the thing you were missing. No. If you haven't been connecting people to Dew Point, that was the silver bullet. The silver bullet was connecting people to Dew Point. If you're not doing that, there isn't anything special. There's no special invitation like you say these magic words and then they all just connect. There isn't any of that. It is just practice makes perfect. The more you fail in the beginning, the better you get later. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. In the beginning, you just keep falling off. And a lot of people will quit and never learn to ride a bicycle because in the very beginning, they couldn't get it right. But if they'd just done it for a bit longer, they would have got really easy, and then later on, then they can show off later on, because then no one says no. You know, everybody says yes because he's such a pro at the end. You know, I often use Donnie as an example. Donnie from one of our other rank 9s and above, and he's just crazy. Nobody says no to Donnie. When he talks to them, they sign up. Now, the math still works for him. Some of them are not going to pay, some of them are not going to do anything, but he gets them all to say yes on the first day, because he's just done it 100,000 times. And so everybody says, so if you're going to do it, if you're going to change your wealth with us, then do the work. It's really that simple. And part of the work, of course, is just getting engaged in not only what we do at Dew Point, but getting engaged in your teams. One of the things we find so surprising is that wealth engineers don't actually fully engage their teams. Now, there is some fear involved here. It's quite funny. I never thought it actually existed, but I was talking to one of our other wealth engineers who's been here for quite some time, and one of her greatest fears is the follow-up. So she prospect someone, which I always thought would be the hardest thing. You prospect that person, then you get them here, they get excited about the business, they sign up, and then you never talk to them again. Because your fear is the follow-up. And this is really a legitimate fear of hers. She cannot and will not get herself to just call the guy afterwards, or to WhatsApp him, or to say, hey, let's meet up, let's talk, let's get strategy going. She just stops the moment they've signed up, terrified that if she touches them after they've signed up, they're going to disappear. But you know what the great irony is? If you don't get engaged with them, then they do disappear anyway. So you might as well get engaged with them. Now, that's the first step. The first step is engaging with your people after you've connected them. So all of you guys have had guests here before. I know you have. The question you've got to ask yourself is, what did you do the next morning? So you had them at a presentation, they've signed up. Did you connect with them the next morning? You have to. Within 48 hours of somebody coming in and becoming a wealth engineer, you need to have connected with them. A whole lot of them are not going to allow you to connect to them. They're going to say, no, I'm too busy, or they're going to stop answering your question, your queries, or that's okay though. The moment you see that, just leave them. You know that they're part of the 35 or the 65. You just leave them, okay? But you have to engage with each one within 48 hours so that you can find those 5. The 5%ers that build your income, you know. Those are the ones you want to find. You will only find them if you engage with them. So immediately, 48 hours afterwards, you contact them and you say, come, we've got to sit together. And then what do you do? As we've said before in our training, when you do manage to sit with them, plug them straight in to the tools. Have you got the app? Do you know how the app works? Fantastic. Have you watched some of the training? Watch these 3 videos over the next week. Get them to watch the training, okay? And then plug them into your communication. Remember, if you look at my training, which I know none of you are doing, but if you did watch the training, you would see there that we talk about daily, weekly, monthly communication with your teams. This is not Patrick and Phume setting up WhatsApp groups for your guys. That's not what it means. It means that as you become a new wealth engineer and you start adding people, you create your own group. It's your group, and your group you're in charge of. This is something people are not normally willing to do, because now it's admin. It feels like work. I've got a WhatsApp group. I've got to go and put things on it. I need to encourage. But guys, I just told you, this is work. This is work. This is not a promise place where we make fantasy promises. Here we go. That's what everybody else is telling you, and leaving people damaged, disappointed. What do we see? I mean, I was talking to Donnie today, and he was talking about the old lioness. Lioness came in, it appeared to be legitimate, but then the whole thing fell apart. And people today will not do direct selling because of one experience at Lioness, okay? It gets out. So all these other things that you've seen before that make these amazing promises, tell you don't have to work, you're going to get this, holiday trips and cars and we don't do that, because we don't want to damage the people that come in here. We say, guys, you come in here, you're going to have to work. If you're a new wealth engineer and you want to be engaged with your team, the first thing you've got to do is create a WhatsApp group. I would create one for your first pointers, and then I would create one as a general group. And you have one now. Your first pointers are the guys that are going to build this business with you. They have very special communication. Every day you're talking to them. Guys, let's make it a prospecting day. You know, I saw yesterday on my live feed on my app that so-and-so signed someone up. That's absolutely awesome. Other first pointers, did you hear? Peter signed up someone yesterday. This is cool. Let's see who else we can get signed up today. Are we talking to our teams like this? You two are, but are you guys talking to your teams like this? Oh. Maybe once a week, maybe daily communication. Are you doing this? Because you see, if you're not doing it daily, well, then there's no point in having a first point, is there? You see, your general group you could maybe communicate with once a week, but don't you want your actual team to be talking to every day? I mean, if I think about my team here, I don't talk to them once a week. I don't say, right, I'll see you next week Monday. You know, I'm here every day with them. We talk every day. We're interacting every day because this is the main thing. Now, in your life, at your job, when you go there, does your manager say, I'll see you in a month's time, I'll see you in a week's time? No. All day, every day, you're in communication with your guys. So why don't you do it with your channels at Dew Point? Why wouldn't you talk to them every day? At work, if you do something that is either special, significant, important, unusual, whatever, do you not communicate it immediately to the other people around you, whether it's your managers or your senior manager or your staff around, and do they not then communicate it on to everybody else? You know, if somebody has a great sales day, everybody knows it at work. So-and-so had a great sales day. If somebody tackled a very difficult customer, everyone's going to know very quickly, sure, but, you know, Mary had this super difficult customer today, but she dealt with it like this, this, and this. You know, we talk when we're at work to each other. But as wealth engineers, do we talk like that in our channels? If this is the main thing, if this is our main thing, then are we talking every day to our guys, particularly our first point? So one of the things that I want to talk about, so we're talking about engagement. I think we've spent the whole year, Rob and I, talking about, you know, being focused on success and motivated on doing this stuff and all of that. But right now, my heart is in a place where I'm thinking, you guys all know about success. Now we need to talk about what we're going to do about making that success a reality. Okay, you're going to look, Rob's that kind of like motivator kind of type talker. I'm the type of guy who says, well, that's great, I want the success, but what am I going to do to get the success? And so I'm going back to that at the moment in my mind. And I'm saying, if you're going to be engaged, you have got to get your communication right, okay? And what is your communication? Well, we said daily. Who is the daily communication to? Your first pointers, okay? Now, this is, as I said, this is not your first pointers posting something on your WhatsApp group and you going, okay, well, there was communication on my group. No, it's you communicating to your first point every day. Even if it's just one quick sentence. Guys, had a tough day today, but tomorrow I'm back on it. Or, so cool to see, you know, Safiso putting in 2 people today. That's absolutely awesome. Or, guys, Throwdown Thursdays on Thursday night. Have you booked in? Am I going to see you there? Just some piece of communication to keep the thing going every single day. Then we talk about the weekly communication. Okay, weekly communication is where I felt, and I still do, that your first and second pointers, okay, should have some kind of message from you once a week. In the Dew Point system, you don't actually need an upline. Your channel is your channel. If your upline does nothing, they earn nothing off of your efforts. You could build a multi-million rand channel, and the guy who introduced you will earn nothing in our system unless he does the work. So you don't need an upline. And so we get a lot of people calling and saying, no, I want to change my first pointer to this first pointer because he'll support me. I'm like, no. It makes no difference who your first pointer is. It's not going to do your work for you at all. But what we do know is there is this psychological effect of having a powerful leader at the top. There's a psychological value to it. Why? Because people keep asking me to change their first pointers. So I know that they're going, I want the leader to motivate me to get there. Great. That's you. That's you. In your channel, you're the #1 guy or girl. So it's you. If you want your team to really get cracking, you've got to do it. You've got to be the one that motivates. You've got to be the one who drives. You've got to be the one that engages with them. If your first and second pointers hear from the big cheese once a week, that motivates them. It feels like they got support. If you write in there and say, guys, are you guys battling with questions? Post your questions on my WhatsApp group and I'll help you answer them for the future. Do you see what I'm saying? We did it today on our Facebook page. We said, it's 3rd Degree Thursday on Thursday night, but have you got a question right now you'd like to answer? Post it in the comments below, and Brennan might answer it for you. You know, I've only had 1 question so far. I'm assuming there are no difficult questions that you guys receive from people that you're prospecting. Okay, because nobody's posted anything. Why are we not engaged? Why are we not engaged? Okay, monthly. Monthly. What do I do here at Dew Point? Well, I can make a team here, a team at Dew Point. Every week I talk to, we have a planning meeting with our staff. Every day we communicate, and once a month, as a team, we sit in this auditorium and we say, what's happening in the next 4 weeks? And we lay it out. And we go, what is the goal for this month? What do we want to achieve as a team? What do we want to achieve individually? What do we know is changing in the next 4 weeks? What are the things we want to do the best at over the next 4 weeks, et cetera, et cetera. This is what we do as a team. Do you sit with your team and do it? I know what you're going to tell me. And say, but Brennan, they don't want to get engaged. They don't want to listen. They don't want to come in. They don't want to know. I know. That's the maths. There's 5% of your team, though, that does want to get engaged. 5%. Now, if you've got 2 people in your team, that means nobody wants to get engaged. So don't be sad about that. Just know that that's the maths. But if you've got 20 or 30 or 40 people in your channel, well, then you know there's going to be 5 or 6 guys who are going to say, I'll come to the meeting. But are they going to come to the meeting if they don't know there's a meeting? No, you've got to let them know. So you've got to book it. And even if it's you and 1 other person or you and 2 other people that start your month, it means that you've already tripled yourself for that month. There's 3 of you now that can do the month ahead together. The fact that the other 27 people didn't pitch is the mathematics. We know it. Don't get all heartbroken over it. You just tripled your productivity by having 2 other people meet with you at the beginning of the month. Do we really want to do this, or is this starting to sound like a lot of just hard work? So let's marry it again to the reward. Okay, you all go to work every day. You work very hard, don't you? Work is hard. I know. I was there for many years. I'm still there. It's hard. I don't come here and have a party every day. I'd love to stay at home, sleep late, watch movies, go out. I'd love to do that. Okay, what's the reward for that? Poverty. Okay, so we go to work so that we are not in abject poverty, are we not? But what is the reward we get at work? A set pay that is below inflation, that is really not changing anything. But we go there because it puts the food on the table, and we're not like totally dying, which we would be if we didn't have that salary. Okay, so at Dew Point we say, right, you're going to have to work hard. I'm going to have to work hard, but you can give yourself an increase every month, even if it's just 55 Rand. You've given yourself an increase, which you didn't do at your office, okay? You give yourself an increase every month. Over time, that increase gets very, very cumulative, you know? And then what else? We said, when you're working this journey, we'll reward you. We're going to reward you along the way. Recognition. You get noticed. People hear about you. People care about you, okay? We call you up and say, we want you to come to Tell All Tuesday, and we want you to help us out on 3rd Degree Thursday. And when you have participate. You don't get that at work. Nobody goes at work, wow, you've had a great week or a great month. You should come into our management meeting, you know, or you should be part of our next advertising campaign. Nobody recognizes you. Maybe at the end of the year, once, you'll get a certificate or a plastic trophy or something. Now, you know what it's like, or you get a little badge for your jersey or your shirt. Okay, so they reward you at work with a set salary, okay, and a few arbitrary things. Here at Dew Point we say, well, you build your salary, you build it. You say how much you want it to be, and give yourself an increase every month until you reach there. We'll reward you along the way with proper things, cash rewards, $400, $1,500, $20,000, $50,000 and beyond. You can ask Patrick and Phume, it keeps going after that. And so, I mean, if it's at 50, at 11, what's it at 12 and 13 and 17, and what does it get to then? You know, we'll just reward you. But you're going to have to do the work. And it means that you're going to have to be disappointed at people who let you down. You know that. But we understand that. So we're not disappointed anymore. We just don't care. Hey? Have we got the perspective? What's the other things we need to be doing? If we're talking to our teams daily, weekly, monthly, the second thing that we need to be doing is we need to be using the tools. Now, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, but people are not getting engaged with our tools. That's why now in the launch workshop on Saturdays, I pull my phone out every time, and I go, no, let's do this, let's do it. And what I love about it is I get the most facial response expressions during the app than anything else. I can show them how much money they're going to make and how long it's going to take and all that. As soon as I show them stuff on the app, I get the ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. It's like this black magic that I'm doing here that everybody's like, wow, whoa, you know. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You had the app in your phone the whole time, okay? Why we don't? Now, as a leader of your channel, as the guy at the top man, you don't need a top man, but you are the top man, okay? As the top man, are you watching your channel? How do you get to watch your channel? This is not watching your channel, okay? Watching your channel happens over here. Tab number 4, your live feed. Did you know there's a live feed? How do you get to your live feed? You just swipe across. 1, 2, 3, and you're there. Now this live feed here is so that you can be engaged with your team. This doesn't show only what you do. It shows what the first 2 or 3 points of your channel are doing. When they add somebody, it goes, hey, you've added somebody. Point number 2, so-and-so has added so-and-so. No. That is an opportunity for you to be jumping onto your WhatsApp groups and going, hey, guys, what fantastic. Peter's done this, Mary's done this, I've seen this. You can also see what, I can't remember all the stuff that you can see now. Can you see when they do XP and stuff like that? I can't even remember. I've done so much of this stuff. But that's right. Yes, you can click on the individual now as well, and it brings their profile up, so it shows you if they're active or not. And you can, of course, filter it as well by pushing that down arrow at the top there. You can filter it. So if you want to just see new wealth engineers, you can click new wealth engineers. It will list it for you. So you can quickly go and check, hey, okay, there's 2 guys that were added today, or there's 1 guy added this week, or whatever it is, and you're able to now engage with your team on that. Go to the WhatsApp groups. Congratulations, keep it up. Engagement with the tools. How many guys are actually using the tools? I don't really know. The other way, of course, as I've said before, is under notices. Notices. I got there so quickly, but I reckon you guys, it was a blur. You see how quickly I could get there? I went from the live feed straight there by just pushing the hamburger lines, the 3 dashes at the top, and clicking on notices. Now I can see what's going on. Are you guys sharing your notices? Did you know you could share your notices on WhatsApp, SMS, anything? Facebook, Instagram. You just click share, pick the one you want, and send it. This is great. This is really great stuff, because when you get to the end of the month, doesn't it go, hey, you earned X amount of money, blah, blah, blah. You get a notice that says that. Okay? You get a notice that says, this month, returns and rewards, you earned X amount. This is great. If somebody in your group has earned their first cash, you can say, guys, if this is the first month you earned cash, share it to the group. And there's the notice, 165 Rand, share, WhatsApp group, send. And you go, yes, we got people earning at due point. All of this we built for you to be engaged with your teams. Yes, with us, but with your teams. This is your channel. I'm not certain any of the networks at the moment give you this kind of functionality. And can I tell you, we've got a whole bunch more coming. By the end of this year, you're going to have some crazy stuff, all on engagement, all on how you engage with your teams through the app. Yeah, I won't give it away. There's such cool stuff coming. No, there's cool stuff coming. But in the meantime, are you using the notices for engagement? You know, that 3rd degree Thursday. Here's the wealth quest, okay? Did you share it to all your mates and said, guys, this is what we're going to do, okay? So this is part of, you go, I don't know what to say every day. I don't know what to say every week. I don't know what, but I give you something every day. Every day there's something that you can share. Every day there's something. Okay, and that's in the app. What about in Facebook? Are you guys following us on Facebook? Do you check it on Sunday nights once? I have people like that. I nearly slapped a couple of them. Every Sunday night, Brendan, I do my 10 minutes Facebook. I check Dew Point. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Facebook, every day. Are we not putting stuff for you there? So what do you communicate? I don't know what to say. Great, here's the stuff. Are you tagging and sharing the stuff we're putting up for you so that you've got engagement with you? You've got today. We said, give us your hardest questions. How many have we had so far? Let's see. It looks like there's something new here. No? 1 question so far. Really? There's like 80,000 wealth engineers, and none of you have got difficult questions? Come on, put a question up. Ask me what it is. If you're not, those guys that are attending on Thursday night obviously are going to ask me their questions then. But you've got an opportunity to ask a question there. So again, you can send this out to your team today and say, guys, what are the questions you're struggling with? If you're embarrassed to ask Brendan, just ask me. Do it here quickly, or private message me. I'll help you with the questions. You know, engagement with your team. I'm just trying to look here. And then, of course, our weekly video is useful. Okay, we try and keep them quite small so that they can be easily shared and put around, sent around. You know, all good. So you've got these tools that we give you to engage with your teams. And we need you to use it, and you need to use it if you want to be a success. I think we said last year, or maybe it was the year before, I can't remember. We've done lots of these now, where we said what you want to demonstrate to people that come into your channel is how professional you are at Dew Point. Not how professional you look or how professional you talk, but how professional you are at Dew Point. Whenever something happens, you know the answer. If I said to you right now, get to the code of conduct right now. I want to see the code of conduct. Could you get it to me in like 3 clicks? Because you can. You can get to the code of conduct in 3 clicks. Why do you not know where it is? Okay. If I said to you as a new wealth engineer, I don't understand how you qualify to earn. Could you get to the short qualify, how to qualify video in 3 or 4 clicks? Could you get there? Could you show it to the individual? Would you know how to share it to them? You know, that sort of thing. Are you such a professional that you can go, there's no problem, we've got an answer to that question already. Here it is. Here it is. Do you know the products so well that when people ask you questions, you go, no, don't stress. You don't worry about all these details. Here's the answer, core answer, done, and you move on. So that you're not like, look, it's all about the products. Let me tell you about the features. That you don't have to do. But you know the products well enough that if the guy goes, can my granny join? You can go, yeah, she can't, or no, she can't. You know the answer immediately, and people go, wow, really, you're a professional at this business. I want to be in your team. I want to be motivated by you. I want to be driven by you. There's this concept called edification, which is where the guys that are below you lift you up to others. So they go, you need to meet Millicent. You need to. This girl is amazing. She's already earning 5,000 Rand a month. She knows everything about DewPoint. When you've met her, you're going to have no more questions about DewPoint. That's edification. You can only be edified where people feel like you're worth being edified. They need to have seen it. They need to have gone, wow, have you seen how awesome this person is? I'm going to follow them. I'm going to get people, and I'm going to show them them. You know, they might not choose me, but they're going to choose them for sure, you know, and get them in. How engaged are we in our teams? Are we doing the actual work here? This is a simple business. We say to you, got one thing, just connect people to us. That's the truth. That's the task you have to do. But if you're going to become wealthy, then you've got to be able to lead. You've got to lead. What is your task in leading people? Getting them just to connect people. Okay. So it's not like it's a complicated leadership task. It's a simple leadership task. I'm connecting people. All of you, let's get connecting people. That's what you've got to do. And we need them to see you as a leader. And they're only going to see you as a leader if you get engaged with them. You've got to be talking to them. Okay. So if you feel today that all the usual stuff is happening, the team is not building, the team's not talking, slowing down, guys are not coming to the major events, all of this, you know, what are the other things? They're not doing the training. Then you've got to ask yourself the question, what am I doing to encourage that level of engagement with my teams? What am I doing? Okay. If you feel like you can say, okay, look, I'm not really doing any of this stuff, well, then you know why your team is faltering. The wonderful thing about this system is that your channel doesn't die and then that's your chance gone, which I think most people believe. I really believe that most South Africans come to DewPoint, they start, their team falters, and they go, oh, well, that was my turn, and then they leave. I can't get it to work again. That's nonsense. Your whole team can stop, and you can be the last man standing, and you can just start again. You just go and connect a whole lot of other people. The other people are not going to know about the people that came before. They're not. But I think that many South Africans who joined DewPoint think, I've lost my chance, my team faltered. I can guarantee you that your team will falter at some stage because you've got so much to learn. And you've got to also endure the mathematics, which means you're going to have up and down periods where your team will falter. Well, the only way to fix a faltering team is to add new team members. Go out, connect more people, start again. Follow up, get engaged, become a master of the tools. It's not a complicated business. It's not a complicated, but it does require time and effort. It does. But what are the rewards? 6 weeks from now, Patrick and Phume are getting on the plane with me again. Second time. They still haven't paid me for any of these trips. Hey? Once again, they're getting on. Their registration for the trip has already started. Online registration, going to pick what excursions they're going to do while we're there. You know, what restaurants they want to eat at. I mean, is that not worth a little bit of effort every year? Is it not worth a little bit of effort every year? I kind of feel like it is, because as I said, at your job, you're not getting any of this stuff. But you're going back there every day. Every day. You go back there. But yeah, you go, Brendan, it's so hard WhatsApping everybody every day. So hard using the app. So hard watching the training. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on. This is just a matter of endurance now. That's all. Just keep connecting people over time. Alrighty, we've got our intro presentation starting in a few minutes, but talk to me now. Tell me, What are you thinking? What are you struggling with? What would you like more clarity on? If you've got questions as well, WhatsApp Patrick and Phume. I'll answer them here as well. Francina, good to see you back. Eh? You're feeling strong. I know you've had a bumpy ride. You're back. Back to make some money now. Eh? Good, good. Exciting to see you back. All right, now, it's the end of the year. And I can see the end of the year written on all your faces. I can. I can see that sheer exhaustion. So we can all fall in a heap, and that's what 99% of people will do. They'll fall in a heap and make the next 2 months worthless. Or we can make something of the next 2 months and then have a good holiday. I've always said that if I can finish my year on a high, then I have a great holiday. But if I'm in a hole when my holiday starts, well then I don't enjoy my holiday at all, because I've got to start the year then in a hole. Whereas if I can end on a high, I can start on a high into January. You can't look at me now like you're looking at me now, going, I'm so tired and so disappointed. All the people that promised never delivered. Congratulations, welcome to network marketing. In fact, welcome to the human race. Welcome to the human race. How disappointing are people? But there are a few like you out there. There's a few. Maybe 1%, maybe 0.5%. Okay, that's fine. There's 55 million people in South Africa. There's 500,000 South Africans that are just like you. They're going to get out there and do the work. Let's go find those 500,000. And let's find some of them in the next 8 weeks. Let's not just lie about for the next 8 weeks and go, oh my word, life is so bad. I can't make it through 2018. Maybe 2019 will be better. Guys, 2019 won't be any better. It won't be. Huh? Look at what's going on. You think 2019 is going to be better? No. I think more than ever 2019 is going to require us to put desperate effort into the creation of wealth here. Desperate effort. Because nobody's rescuing us here. I mean, when they come out in the newspapers, the parliamentarians, and say, if people don't like the petrol price, they must buy more efficient cars. Do you think they're connected to the South African populace anymore? I think the last 30 years has completely disconnected them from the average South African. Do you think it's going to get better next year? No. They quite like raising taxes. You know why? Because it makes them richer. Doesn't it? Who's getting the taxation at the end of the day? You're not. Hey, we don't have these amazing highways and fantastic houses being built and parks being built and roads and lights and, all this being built. No, they barely keep the potholes at bay. No. Nobody's getting that money. So are we going to fall into a heap now? Are we going to fall in a heap and go, I can't do this. I can't. Or are we going to say, you know what? I'm going to make my own success. I'm going to make my own success. And I'm going to go and find that 500,000 South Africans that are going to build my wealth like crazy. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. Just think about it. So, I'm not good enough to do this sort of maths on my phone, but let's do some fun with maths with my calculator. Let's say there's 55 million South Africans, okay? 35% of them are going to pay products. That's 20 million South Africans. How many of the 20 million are you going to have in your channel? So remember, it's 55 Rand just about per product. Can you imagine 20 million South Africans that could potentially be in Dew Point? What does your income look like if you've got 100,000 of the 20 million? Do you see the numbers are there? You might be feeling right now, and I've had people say this to me, Brendan, there's no one else to talk to. I've spoken to everyone, I've got no more contacts. I'm like, you haven't even started. You haven't even started. There are 55 million South Africans. Let's halve it. Let's say half of them are children and old people. That means that we've still got 9.625 million South Africans that are economically viable for Dew Point. 9 million. You only need 10,000 paying. 10,000 paying and you would probably be on, 100,000 Rand a month, probably, maybe even more. That would sort out your financial problems, wouldn't it? Hey, that would sort your financial problems. Come on, guys. And you know it's not going to take 5 minutes to get to 10 million South Africans. You know it's not. So what we need to do is shift our perspective and go, I've got 8 weeks to dig into that 10 million pile. How much of that 10 million can I do in the next 8 weeks? Maybe only another 20, but it's 20 people. Get out there and do another 20 people, one every 2 days for the next 8 weeks. Go do it. Someone out of that 20 will do something, and you'll give yourself a raise again at the end of October. And you'll give yourself another raise at the end of November. And if you've really got the strength, you do it through December too, and you give yourself a raise at the end of December as well, even if it's just 55 bucks. But maybe the 55 becomes a 500 Rand increase. We can't let this world get on top of us, guys. We can't. Because we got no options. We can't leave this planet. I know there's some days when I wish I could, but we can't leave this planet. We're stuck here, which means we have no choice. We've got to buckle down and do this now. We have got to do it. Okay? Out of that 10 million, if we can find 5%, hey, times 0.05, yeah, 481,000 South Africans. 500,000 people. They're going to build the wealth for us. We just got to go and dig them out now. Go dig them out. We can't let the year get on top of us. 8 weeks left. Let's make the next 8 weeks big weeks. Big weeks. Who knows where you're going to end? Do you want to be ranked 2? Do you want to be ranked 3? Do you want to be ranked 5? What do you want to be by the end of the year? What do you want to be? Eh? Rank 1 is with 55 Rand bonus, then 55, then 100, then 400. Hey, so at rank 4, you get a 400 Rand bonus or bonus reward on top of your earnings. That's probably worth working towards anyway. Get to rank 4 by the end of this year, the next 2 months. Rank 4 makes you a generator. You then get to come to all of our generator leadership workshop sessions as well, which you can only come to as rank 4. You also then get to go to the Converge conference next year. As rank 4 and above, you get to come to our conferences. Hey? You've got between now and the end of December, that's 12 weeks. But you could put this effort in. By the end of 2018, you could be rank 4. Or you can collapse in a heap and discuss how hard life is with the other 99%. Hey? Because that's what the other 99% are going to do. But you have the choice. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. You have the choice to choose, am I going to be part of the 99 or am I going to be part of the 1? Two questions. Phume, what are the questions?
Okay, the first one is, if you put somebody on the business, and that person put 15 people probably on the business,
Yeah.
and the introducer decide to leave the business, what happened to the
15, okay. So the question is, if you've introduced someone and that person puts 15 people in, then the person who introduced the 15 people leaves, what happens to the 15 people? All right, now that question means you haven't watched our training on returns and rewards and you haven't been to a launch workshop on a Saturday morning. That's the answer to your question. Guys, Linda, if you are watching, is it from Linda's team down in KZN? No, it's another team. Okay, so it's another team watching. Guys, after this meeting, go to YouTube, watch Returns and Rewards. You can watch the short version, how to qualify, and it'll explain it to you. The short answer is nothing will happen to those 15 people. They're still yours. They're in your channel. They're there forever. You never lose the people in your channel. This is not long rich. You don't lose the people that come into your channel. They're there permanently. If you open points by adding qualified wealth engineers, so say you've got 2, that would be beyond the person who's fallen away, you would still be earning on those 15 people, even though the guy in the middle has cancelled his product. You never lose anybody at dew point. They're always there. And then one day, if he chooses to reinstate, wants to come back to dew point, he comes straight back to you, into your channel. You never fall out, not ever. 15 years from now, he'll come straight back into that spot. Okay, so that's the short answer. The long answer, go and watch the training videos, guys. Seriously, it is a critical you understand how to earn at dew point. All right, what's the other question?
The other one is, how do I introduce dew point? You are introducing it as a business opportunity or as a network?
Okay. All right, great. So the question is, how do I introduce dew point? Do I introduce it as a network marketing opportunity or as a business opportunity? You don't introduce it as either. At dew point, there's one sentence you say to everybody. Do you require more income? Yes. Click. What are you clicking? You're clicking the video that is us giving the introduction presentation, whether you've got it on the USB stick, whether you're watching live with us, or whether you're playing it off of YouTube. Your conversation with individuals never includes a discussion. That's what you do at all these other things, where you've got to try and sell them products and all of that. Here, remember, dew point is the wealth creation division. We build wealth here. So you go to someone, you say, do you require wealth? Do you require money? Yes. Right, watch this video. Click. And that's it. Do not try. And I've had guys fight me on this. Guys who are ranked 4 and 5. No, but I need to tell them. And then they ask me about products. And I go, great. If they say to you, I don't want the long version, I want 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes. You didn't play them the 20-minute video. If they say, no, I've only got 2 minutes, it's fine. Here's a 2-minute video. You play it. We got it all for you. On YouTube, you will find all the links. Then the other one will say, well, I want to know about the products. You got all the product videos. They're all there. Play the product video. You know, at the end of the day, do not engage in discussion. Say to them, you are in dire straits. I know you. We do know people that we talk to. You're in dire straits. Let's get you out of it. Watch this video, get connected to Dew Point, let's get going. That's it. So it's not a networking opportunity. It's not a business opportunity. This is simply a business that creates wealth. Do you want to create wealth? Yes. Click. That's what you say. That's a good question. These are good questions. Yeah. All right. Yes, Francina.
Some of the other time I ask myself that, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Because, okay, like now, I've got the group of my first pointer. I'm happy because one of my first pointers is here.
But she doesn't look very happy, though. She's here, but you dragged her here. Hey.
Okay. Okay. I'm worried. Right?
Yes, yes.
Because like now, I create the group of my first pointer.
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to talk to them already.
Yeah, they don't want to talk to you, hey?
Yeah, but some of them, it's only few people, only two, or let's say two.
Yes, yes.
That's one they are responding. But most of them, they don't respond. And I feel like
All right, so,
anything to
absolutely.
them.
So,
Like, I feel like I need to go to their places and sit down with them.
beat them up. You can do all those things. All of that's fine. So Francina's question is, she's worried she's doing something wrong. She's put a bunch of first pointers in. They don't want to engage with her. They don't want to communicate. They don't want to come to meetings. They don't. Absolutely. Welcome to the club. Welcome. Nothing new at all. All right, let's look at the maths. Francina, I don't know, I haven't looked at your report in a while. How many people have you personally introduced to your first point?
So far I've got...
Signed up. Yeah, how many of you got signed up on your first point?
I've got 18 people.
18 people. All right, 18 people. What do we know about the maths? We know that 65 are going to do, like, drop out, do nothing. So that out of 18 is probably about 12. Okay, so 12 fall away. That leaves you with about 6 left. Okay, those are the 6 on your first point that are paying their products. Okay, we know that 5 out of 100 do anything. Okay, so let's do the maths on 18. How many of those are going to do anything? So we go 18 times 1.05. That's less than 1. Francina, you've done nothing wrong so far. You just haven't connected enough people to us.
You know what? The thing is...
Here's your 0.9 over here, see? Here's the 0.9. So I'll change it. I'll make it 0.9 because you've got your 0.9 over here and then 0 9. Yeah. Yes? Yes, they've put other guys in. Yes? Yes, yeah. Oh, wow. You're smashing it. You're breaking the maths already.
I'm worried because they don't want to talk to me.
No, here's your lady. Here's your lady. Here's your lady here. Here's the one talking to you. That's your 5 out of 100 right there. Right there. The others are gone. The fact that you've got not 6 but 12 paying, man, you're killing the maths already. You're killing the maths. Francine, go and put another 18 people in, and then there'll be 1,8 people in the room with you. That's what we... Francine, you're not doing anything wrong. You have to remember the maths. 100, 65 are going to be no's. 35 will be yes and do nothing. 5 will do something. And only one of them is going to be like you. Only one of them is going to be like you. Okay? Run the maths on your own numbers. Pull your first pointers out and run the maths. And then you'll know what your team looks like. So you've duplicated yourself. You're 100% more effective than you were when you started at Dew Point. Because you've got one person with you. That's 100% more. Now the 2 of you go out and find one person each more. Now there's 400%. You're now 400% more than you were before. When there's 4 of you, just 4 of you, building. Go put another 18 in now, Francina. Go put another 18 in. You'll find your one. Go put 20 in. Then you'll find one. It's a better number. It's not 0.9. It's 1 then. Okay? Go get another 20 people in. It's that simple. And maybe that 20 people takes you until the end of December. That's fine. By the end of December, you'll have 2 people. 2 people building. 2 people that want to engage with you daily, weekly, monthly. 2 people that get engaged in the tools. 2 people that are going to build your wealth for you. That's the maths. I do this for you. You've sat through this, Francine. You know it. You know that this is the numbers. Huh? Come, we'll look at something. We've got 5 more minutes. How many people on your first point? Come, we'll do the maths a little bit. You got 8. Oh, I can do the numbers for you already. It's 0, 0, 0, and 0. I can do them already for you. Okay. So you got 8 people on your first point. Okay. That are paying. Okay. No. Well, let's do the full number. Don't give me that are paying. How many people have you added to your first point? 15. There we go. All right. Well, Melissa, you're on the move here. Hey? That's right, exactly. 15 times 0.65. This is your 10 are going to do nothing. That leaves you with 5 that are going to pay. And if we go here, 15 times, yeah, you've got 8 paying, and we've got 15 here, times 0.05, and that's 0.75 that are doing anything. We're going to round that to 0. Okay, so you've got, but you said this is actually 8, which would take away 2 from here, so it's about 8 and 7. So 7 in there, and let's make that nice. 8 paying, you're already breaking the maths on that. That's great. You should not expect to have anybody working with you at the moment. So you see, you don't have to be disappointed. You see, you came in here and you're all like, "Argh." But I can show you that no one should be doing anything yet in your channel. You need to add 5 more people, and then you'll find 1. And that 1 will be there for a month or 2, and then they'll be gone. You've seen me do this story, haven't you? Yeah. Your number? What's your number? It's this number. That's the one you want. That's the one you want. You can't stop until you've done it. You can do it in a year. It's 8 people a month. You can do it in 2 years. It's 4 people a month.
But how can we find that 100? Because they are
This-
all connecting every day.
55 million people. That's 55 million.
They're not paying the
There we go. You're forgetting that 165. No, don't pay. You know, Francine, you know it's 65 of your 100 are not going to pay. Remember I told you, if it takes 1 out of 100 to get you 30,000 Rand a month, do you care about the other 99? No, but you're telling me you do care about the 99. You say you connect all these people, then they don't pay. 65 are not going to pay.
I keep on connecting always.
Yes, that's right.
When coming to month, and let's say maybe during a month,
Yep.
I connect maybe 8
8
to 10.
Yes, yeah.
Then when coming to month end,
Yeah?
no one pays.
No one pays.
So how can
The 8 are in the 65.
I need to find that 100. I need that
That's right.
100.
No. That 100 includes the 8 that didn't pay in the month you connected. Because that 8 is in the 65. You look how many 8s you can get in 65. You can get 8 sets of 8s in there. You know? No, that's exactly right. That's exactly. Francina, by the time you have signed the 100, you're going to come to me, there'll be 1 rank 9 in your channel. You'll already be rank 9, but you'll have a rank 9 in your channel. Okay?
If the other one falls,
They're all going to fall away. They're all going to fall away. What you are left with after 100 people is 1. That's what you are left with. The other 99 are gone. Okay? 35 are paying. Okay? So you got a 35 flow coming in. There's only 1 in your team out of 100.
Not only in Dew Point.
But this is exactly right, Patrick. It's not just at Dew Point. This is every network in existence. You're going to put 100 people in, and there's going to be 1 person left that goes the distance with you. But that one guy's going to go out and put 5,000 people in your channel. And out of the 5,000, you'll find 50 ones. You know, or 5 ones. And you'll be on your way.
And Brendan, that one might be on 99.
Absolutely. This one could be number 100. Could be your last one. Could be that number 1. Or he could be number 2, and then you go through 98 rubbishes. You know, you don't know where he's going to be. He could also be number 1 and number 200. Because that's 1 for each 100. You don't know where it's going to be. You could hit this dry patch in between where you found a guy, and between the 2 of you, you simply cannot find another one until you've done 200. Then you find him. And all of a sudden, you go from 30 to 60,000 Rand a month, 60 to 90, 90 to 120. You've got to keep on connecting. There is no fighting it, guys. Dew Point, as well as any other network, is just maths. It's gravity. Remember I told you it's gravity. You cannot fight it. All you can do is keep connecting people. Just keep connecting people. And if all 8 don't pay, go, great. That's 8 out of my 65 I don't have to worry about. Go and get another 8. Go get another 8. Okay. That's it. Now we got 8 weeks left. as numbers would take us. Let's get it going. Thursday night, 3rd degree. Saturday morning, Port Elizabeth. Opportunities to connect people. Opportunities. All right. So no grumpiness. Promise you, if you do well, I'll reward you. Every time I'll reward you. One connection, I'll give you another 55 rand. Not once, every month. Just one connection, 55 rand. Give me 10 connections, I'll give you 550 rand every month. Come on, it's worth it. It's worth it. Go and do it. All right, lovely guys. 5 minutes, Rob's on. Intro presentation, gather your guests. Let's make some money this evening. All right, good.